Okay, a little after 5 a.m. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's see. Last patch cycle, from what I remember with the Hildibrand stuff, we had come to a solution. We had found out that the spaceship that Hildibrand got sucked up in an Endwalker ended up crashing in the area where Solution 9 ended up popping into existence at. We still haven't found Hildibrand yet. Instead, we found his shard from the 9th, which has the humorous name of Hard Boily or something like that. It was something in that regards. A kind of noir version of Hildibrand's normal antics. So let's go ahead and see if this... Well, let's just check out the shenanigans, I guess. I'll try to voice a little bit of stuff, but I'm not going to voice a lot of it because my voice is about as funny as a dry log, so... Humor voicing, I am not. Wisdom testimony. Nashu's expression is equal parts considerations and anticipation. I don't even know what that first word was. You know what? Never mind. It's too early in the morning for this. Hikari, you're here to help me again, are you? Thanks, Stan. I'm waiting on word from... Hardy boiled. Try to get that right. Yours truly, I assume. Since parting ways, I've searched every alley and dive bar and ever keep for signs of this Hildibrand character. It's pronounced Hildibrand. Well, however you say it, he was nowhere to be found. Oh, where could the inspector be? Get up, doll-face. The case isn't over yet. I always get my man. When the trail goes cold, the trick is to go back to the beginning. I want you to tell me the whole story again. Leave nothing out, no matter how unimportant it may seem. It might be hard to believe anything we're about to tell you. But this and this, that and that. So you followed the rumors of a flying disc which nabbed your friend, and that led you to a place where it most likely crashed down here. You think he was caught inside the dome when it appeared, and from your perspective, went through 30 years in the blink of an eye? Sounds like crazy talk. But I've seen enough strangeness in my line of work that I've given clients the benefit of the doubt. Since we have no other leads on the man himself, I say we try jogging memories about that shiny starship instead. We want to question older people naive to your world, who might have witnessed the original crash landing 30 years ago. Folks that age seem to enjoy parks like the one outside in the residential radius. Let's go. Yeah, I can probably voice the scenes that, where it's just standard dialogue, but as soon as the, humor shenanigans start, I'm not gonna be able to keep up with it. I can't read and speak that fast. Ugh. Doesn't help that it's 5 a.m. and I barely slept last night, so I don't know why I do this to myself. I slept ridiculously late this morning. Actually, this afternoon. I didn't wake up till like a little before 1 p.m. Somehow fell asleep about 8 p.m. for like 2 or 3 hours. Been up ever since. So probably pass out sometime this morning, I'm guessing. Where was I going? Oh yeah, residential district. See if anybody knows what happens to Poo-Poo's spaceship that's sucked up Hildibrand. I seriously doubt that Hildibrand got stuck here for 30 years. Of course, knowing him, even if he was stuck in here for 30 years, it would have no effect on him at all. I mean, we're talking about a guy who's been, like, bombed multiple times, been thrown through multiple dimensions and every other friggin' thing. What a lovely place to interrogate our elders. Old timers aplenty, I was a promise. Pick a prune and get to it. Oh, I saw that illustration I lent you last time. Show it around and it should help nudge some ancient noggins. Hey, to sketch the inspector's face to make things much easier. Oh, to make things even easier. Look, we're just gonna ignore my tendency to misread words and we'll just go with it. I have another copy for myself, which makes only two. Hikari. You and Detective Harboily will have to share. Hardy boiled. I have a hard time saying that. We are talking 3 decades ago here, so having a picture should come in handy, even if the dame's work is on the same level as a finger-painted toddler's magnum opus. Hikari, was it? Well, let me know when you're ready to bother some park goers. Right, let's start by showing the picture around then. Keep an eye out for some older Hurons and Hysterios that they may have hailed from outside the dome. And oh, don't forget the Shitona. May I help you? I'm sorry, but 30 years ago I was practically an infant, far too young to remember much of anything. Picture's very cute, though. Did your child draw it for you? Nope, just a very bomb-crazy woman. Really Huron woman. What can this old lady do for you? Anything about this look familiar to you? 30 years ago? Honestly, I don't recall. My memories of that time are faded at best, my dears. That's a lovely drawing of you, though, sir. It really captures your essence. That slack-jawed mug, you gotta be kidding me. That's the vending machine. Vending machines caught your eye? Yeah, you could buy yourself a coffee or an energy drink. Luxuries like that make you soft. When I'm alone, walking through the darkest, dingiest parts of the city, I need something as weathered and weary as I am. I'll stick to my eggs, thanks. What's Nashu doing? Would have been 30 years ago, but do you happen to see a flying craft like the one in this picture? What do you want from me, then? Can't say I'm familiar with it. But I do remember 3 decades ago when I was still in the bloom of youth, well, middle age. There, I remember you. You're the clever git who took me back to the Cuban tonic from those thieving Horsons. It was a good bit of sleuting, it was. No need for all that, just doing my job. Sorry to see that your tonic didn't do its job, though. Not about growing me hair back, it's about the routine. About 40 years of massaging me scalp and basking in the same fragrance aroma every morning. Don't feel right to start the day without it. 40 years of using an ever-keep-made product. Oh, that's right, you're Alexandrian, born and bred, same as me. There's no way you could have seen the starship we're after. Sorry to bother you, sir. Well, no one said it'd be easy to dredging up eyewitnesses' accounts from so long ago. This is where grit and persistence comes into it. I spied a Shinona fella heading towards the 914 radius. Hard to guess his age with how long they live, but who knows, maybe we'll get lucky this time. Hardy boiled, you're trying way, way too hard, you know that? Way too hard. The grit and edge like a 13-year-old on Twitter. You know, a man of indeterminate age. Make sure there was no extra dialogue. Okay. Lovely day, isn't it? Not sure I recognize the man. Hard to tell with such a simple drawing. Forget about the drawing. We're more interested in what you know about the flying disc. Ah, yes, the craft I do recall seeing. When I yet felt the sun upon my face, I was living a different kind of life at the time. It was during a hunt that I spotted it. Flying machines were a rare sight back then, so I remember it well, even now. Do you remember where it was headed? It appeared to crash somewhere in Here we go again with the Tuliolan names here. Uila Wata. That's the best you're getting out of me. To the north. I was of a mind seeking out the wreckage, but the dome suddenly appeared, and I had far, far stranger things to worry about. Then what I tell you, let's search for your pal Nashu and share the good news. Let's see if I remember right. Yeah, that was the location of the last dungeon we were in last patch cycles during 7.1. No one seems to know anything about the starship. Did you fare any better? So it came down somewhere near this Uwera Yucca place? I don't suppose either of you have been there before. Yes, I have actually. There's some sort of lab there. And not a great one at that. A research facility, you say? If some unidentified shiny object fell from the sky nearby, I'd wager their people would scoop it up. We have our destination, but how do we get across the lake? We could ask a reforger. I mean, that's not the voice I use for her. Oh well. A reforger, of course, they have those hovercraft cargoes. I just happen to know one of the accommodating disposition. No one of accommodating disposition. Look, if you came here to listen to me talk, this is what you're getting out of me. Right, our transportation sorted. What I'm stuck on, though, is how you've been to this Uia Yata, and I'm only learning about such a place existing. What's your deal, anyway? I'm Kari, Agent of Adventure. That's right, that's what I use for Kari. You adventure for a living, is that it? Clear, you know, fresh-faced mook. Let us press on with the investigation. My reforger friend should have a hover cargo waiting for us in the Drift Downs. I better pack a dose of Nashu's delights. Those explosives of yours, leave them behind. Need no dizzy dame blowing herself up on my watch, or me for that matter. Oh well, let's just move along. Let's move along. You know, I don't really know what accent I ever go with for Kari exactly, but we're just gonna go with it. Alright, Drift Downs. Yeah, that's outside. I just couldn't remember where exactly. We're going back to, like, the sketchy laboratory again. Well, I think I remember that from in the trailer, so Not surprising, I guess. The entrance. That's right. This is where we get access to that dungeon originally, so it makes sense we come back here again. Boy, that's a big watery lake. What else would you expect a lake to be? This is the Reforger pal I was telling you about. She keeps tabs on the Heritage Found scene and was a big help when I needed information for a case that spilled outside of Everkeep. I heard you need a transport to Uiwata. Other cargo is ready if you are. Alright, off we go. Yeah, we're back in this creepy place again. It must like it dark in here. Nash, you have nothing running through your head. This place is a mess, but I don't see any monsters roaming the halls at least. It would be safe for us to split up and have a look around. Well, yeah, there's no monsters. I took care of that part of it. We solved that problem already. Okay. We're digging around cabinets again. Flipping through the various documents in the cabinet, you find one entitled Confidential Finals Addendum 1. According to an associate native to these lands, the unidentified vessel we recovered near... I'm going to just skip that word from now on. Was flown into the region not long before the dome manifested. Their testimony was corroborated by a thorough examination of the wreckage, which could yield not a single silver of electrope. The vessel was, without a doubt, manufactured using technology fundamentally unlike our own. The mystery was further compounded by the discovery of a Huron survivor within the craft. Despite the apparent force of impact, the lone male occupant had sustained no visible injuries. Oh, that's not surprising. Hildibrand is not exactly... You'd drop a mountain on his head and he would still survive somehow. A lot of people being pickled in here. Inspector Hildibrand isn't among them. Speaking of which, did you see where Detective Hardboiled went? Being pickled. That's the first thing that came to your mind, Dashu. Scattered document. Digging through the various documents, you find one entitled Confidential Files Addendum 2. The Huron male was extracted from the wreckage as an abnormal specimen, indeed. While physically unharmed and clearly in possession of a soul, yet remains in comatose state. The absence of reaction to any and all external stimuli is indicative of temporal stasis. Every method we have attempted, be electric shot, a hot bath, or a sharp slap across the face, has failed to wake the subject. Is his remarkable corporeal fortitude an innate natural quality, or was it acquired through this aid of unknown technology? My enthusiasm for this research knows no bounds. the intense scientific method of slapping somebody across the face or throwing hot water on them. Yeah, that's a common scientific practice, right? Yeah, that's way off track. I kind of thought you might be in one of the rooms, but... Well, there's the item I'm looking for. I'm just wondering if... Nope, I don't see him. So let's just go ahead and grab the item instead. Or less. Abandoned clipboard. The document held by the clipboard is entitled Confidential Files Addendum 3. I cannot understate the incalculable potential I see from our mysterious subject. If we could but unlock the secrets of his prenatal resilience, then we would never again need to risk the danger inherited to transfer monstrous souls. While some of my colleagues insist that the visection is our only recourse, such extreme measures would mean forsaking the knowledge the man might impart to us regarding his equally intriguing flying vessel. For the time being, we've decided to spend all research related to this subject. The specimen will be preserved in biocapsule in Section 51 and placed under observation, hopes that he'll one day regain consciousness. Okay. So he's definitely here. Frozen in time or something? Knowing him, he's probably not been affected at all. Hikari, sorry. Something else in the records caught my attention and led me to a different floor. I had to rustle up the verification key first, so I haven't spent any time on your starship mystery. Did you turn anything up yet? They were keeping him in Section 51. The key I found should let us access that area. Now let's grab your pal Nashu and head there now. Inspector Hildibrand, there you are. Oh, jeez. You two have been yanking my chain. This cloud doesn't look anything like me. Well, opinions aside, we've located our man. Hard-boiled egg would really hit the spot right now. Here, give this to the detective. Please do not tell me this is another bomb. Oh my god. What is going on? From the lady. What is going on? Appreciate it. I knew it. I could never refuse the kindness of strangers. Uh-oh, sounds like we woke something up. Yeah, we awoke the zombies. Okay, maybe I didn't clear them all out. Those punks must be feeling lucky. Yeah, the gun. What's that animation? Hello, Hildibrand. No need for fire nor fisticuffs. I shall resolve this altercation in the manner that behooves a gentleman. This is the return of the Hildy zombies. Attention everyone, follow my lead if you please. Oh my god. What is this? Oh dear lord, what am I watching? The look on his face. Splendid, most splendid. Let us remember to always comport ourselves in a gentlemanly manner. Way they go. I fear I may overslept a trifle. But I, Hildibrand, the well-rested agent of inquiry, now stands before you bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And in your underwear. Hikari doesn't go along with it. By the by, who is this astute-looking fellow? A new admirer of mine, perhaps? This is Detective Hardboiled, your soul twin from another world. My dear Marshu, this man possesses nearly a spiggle sec of my singular ablop. What is that word? Okay, this is gonna bother me all day if I don't do this.
Aplomb.
Aplomb. Okay. Aplomb. He does not resemble me in the slightest. I couldn't agree more. My sweet old grandmother had more grit in her pinky finger. That's odd. Maybe I need new glasses, but you two seem practically identical. The odd thing here is how you look so damn young for a fellow that has been sleeping for 30 years. Don't get me started how you charm those shambling corpses. What kind of crime against nature are you? Look, it's been 7 expansions at this point. There's no explaining any of this. Just go along with it. The Inspector has a very unique physique for one, and as for the zombies, he has an excellent rapport with them ever since his brief stint as a undead overlord extraordinaire. That raises more questions than answers. Indeed, it does. Still, we consider your missing person case closed. Which leads me to chew on the something else that caught my attention earlier. I smell a new case brewing, and I mean to follow my nose. A case, you say? Then allow me to offer the services of Hildibrand, Inspector Extraordinaire. Undead Overlord seems to be more plausible to me at this junction, but I'll bite. What does a fellow like you even inspect? Impenetrable mysteries and unsolved cases, of course. We're in the same business, eh? Makes me wonder how this gentleman act of yours helps you get the job done. I too am curious to see if the breadth of the legendary leathery gumshoe exterior you have the gumption to handle truly difficult cases. The dame, she's your assistant? Loyal and steadfast. I had an assistant once. now ain't the time for reminisce. We have a new case to work on. This would just be the thing to prove your sleuthing chops, Inspector. Now let's get out of here and get down to brass tacks. Been a while since I've tried to voice something like this, so throat's getting a little dry. I have a spare set of the inspector's clothes on hand. Hildibrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire, is up and full of beans. The case of the fiendish fugitives. Detective Hardy Boyle's veteran nose has picked up the scent of a new case. As I was saying, I got a whiff of a new case in the making, so listen up while I explain the particulars. You said you scoured this place from top to bottom and learned they were trying to stuff people's souls into monstrous hosts. But the facility was forced to close down before they managed any real success. Sound about right? Yes, that would be correct. I'm guessing whatever incident turned the staff into walking corpses happened not long after. Here's where it gets interesting. According to the notes I found, one of the researchers survived and continued to work independently even after the project was mothballed. Apparently, he dismissed the Tyrell Vadral as impossible to control and said to pursue his research using less ornery beasts. Are you suggesting this mad scientist transferred his own soul into some slavering fiend? Nothing so mad as all that. No, he saved that honor for convicted criminals. He set up a fake rehabilitation program and had his prisoners transferred, then yanked their souls out of the body for use in his experiments. How awful, and what became of these criminally minded creatures? That's the million-credit question. I tracked down the containment cell mentioned in the notes, but found in the cages inside emptier than a barfly's tumbler. A little digging in the operation log showed the cages were opened only recently, which means we find ourselves in the case of the fiendish fugitives. We must seek out and apprehend these dastardly evildoers on the double. Yes, there is a chance they are out there causing trouble. As a detective, I cannot turn a blind eye when I suspect wrongdoing is afoot. Luckily, I found a storage device that I figure belongs to the author of these research notes. It's pretty banged up, but I think the data might still be intact. Let's head back to Solution 9. I'll take this thing to my place in the recreation zone and see what I can recover. Okay, here's the nice... And ignore. A little stalker. Cool, I never noticed how far it went down. Illusion Shrine is the most impressive metropolis. I don't know why I couldn't read that. Right, I'll take a crack at the storage device. You're better off waiting outside. I'm not the kind of guy who makes his bed every morning, to say the least. Well, the bad news is the device was even in worse shape than I expected. It'll be a while yet before I can recover all of its contents. Quick past netted me some scrapes, though. Enough to piece together a partial file on one of the experimental subjects. It states our surviving researcher stuck the soul of a career thief into the body of an Cyclops. The light-fingered fella didn't steal out of greed, but for the joy of pissing off his victims. Wish a guy like him ain't likely to change his stripes just because he switched bodies. Yes, 'tis becoming all clear to me. His intentions are obvious. Our ambitious KP will burglarize the most prestigious jewelry store in the city. As soft-boiled as a guess as any I've ever heard. Your instincts are way off, pal. Never seen an Cyclops before, have you? If one of those big brutes was lumbering through the streets, all we'd have to do is follow the screams. No, if he's plotting a heist, it would involve a target outside of Everkeep. And he wouldn't be aiming to pilfer any old supply crate either. I've heard that, but something that really causes a nuisance. Electro. Alexandria's got a habit of only the miraculous ore can satisfy. We need to hustle to the quarry outside, and I mean now. Nice try, Hildibrand. Okay, so we're heading back outside again. Where exactly? Oh, said the quarry, didn't they? Quarry hasn't been used for very much, so as well have it here, I guess. Get yourself stuck again. Well, not my problem. Is it just me or somebody frying a block of cheese with a steady current of electric energy? Yeah, we'll go with that. I say, the weather here is rather unruly. I pine for the crystal clear skies of Ilda. This guy should be able to answer some questions. Yes, I work here. Was there something you needed? Have we had any thefts? Funny you should ask. Actually, we've had several shipments of raw electro go missing in recent days. The strangest part is our guards didn't see a damn thing. We would need a hover cargo to move those heavy blocks, and I'm sure someone would have noticed it coming and going. There, what did I tell you? A sneaky Cyclops could have run off with those blocks without breaking a sweat. You know who the culprit is, then? If there's anything I can do to help catch them, just say the word. That's mighty kind of you, friend. Let's have you bait the trap of a sack of electro conveniently placed out of the sight of your patrols. We'll do the rest. One tempting stank of electro coming up. There, that should do the trick. Collar that thief for me, will you? Oh, and do be careful while you're at it. That was kind of suspicious. Trap is set, now we wait. Stole this egg. calm down. Don't shoot him. Oh, this is perfect. Maybe a little too perfect. Not good. Not good. That's our thief. After him. Ooh, so many Cyclopses. Or Cyclopses. Would have thought a creature that big could run that fast. We've lost sight of our quarry. He's gone to the ground in the middle of a field of Cyclopses. He got us a wise guy. Not a tough guy, though, according to his files. Says he has no stomach for fighting. We just need to split up and find the one that doesn't try to squish us on sight. Of course, even if he is a coward, he's a big boy now, and he still might try to go down swinging. Shout out if you hit the pay dirt. We'll take him on together. Level 98 Cyclops. Good job trying to blend in. Me not bad Cyclops. Cyclopses don't talk. Ah! Run away! How do you disconnect yourself from the electrical thing? The inspector and the detective set off in pursuit of that screaming Cyclops. Come on, let's not get left behind. Damn it all. Now that we have you, Fiend, there's nowhere left to... Ow, 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 it's like being stabbed by 1,000 tiny needles. I'll whip it, punk. Where did you stash the goods? Who set you free? As if I would tell the likes of you. Have it your way. I hear this sting's worse than chili sauce in your eye. No! No, no, detective. Threats and intimidation do not become a gentleman. Move, damn it, move. Give a criminal a chance and they'll make you wish you hadn't. My turn. Oh, he really is a big boy. This is my show now. Lose the gun, or the girl gets it. You too. Weapons on the ground. You, is he twitching? Trick shot. Oh, my eye, my eye. Try not to get captured again. Had your chance to come quietly. Say goodnight, sunshine. Ah! That didn't hurt at all. Hildibrand again. I healed him and in a very hard act of violence. Oh my god. Oh boy. Boy, the inspector's all lit up. You gotta be kidding me. That shot had enough juice to take down a Lotharium. So bright, too bright for me to bear. The painted kid to stepping barefoot on a girl bee's back. Master Thief, are you sure you aren't willing to speak with us? You shone like a precious gem. I yield, I'll tell you everything. Soft-boiled and cracked. I never wanted the electrope. The researcher who freed us commanded me to steal it. I handed over every block I took. So you weren't just being your usual thieving self. All right, so what's this researcher's name? He never told me his name, I swear. I only know him as the man who made us into monsters. He already had some scary-looking bruiser working for him, so I didn't dare refuse his orders. No idea where he might find him, then. Nope, I was supposed to meet him out here with my latest haul, but you can bet he slipped away once he realized I wasn't alone. That's it, that's all I can give you. Alright, I believe you. This case has taken a fishy turn. But even if you are an unwilling subject in all this, you still have crimes to answer for. I'll be handing you to the Tin Man authorities. Don't worry, I'll explain how you're a crook in a monster's clothing so they don't send you to the Arcadian for the slaughter. As for the rest of you, meet me back at my place in Solution 9. Yep, you got a mysterious figure putting criminals' souls into monsters and having them steal stuff for who knows what reason. Wasn't Inspector Hildibrand incredible? Surely Detective Hardboiley must acknowledge my dazzling investigation skills. In your dreams, pal. I I handed the Cyclops over to the authorities and gave them the lowdown on our case. You can bet your last bean that researcher fella has other monsters doing his dirty work. I can't figure out his angle yet, but he's up to no good, that's for sure. Whatever these criminals are in tow, but they're also fugitives. They'll be operating far away from our mechanical sentries as possible, maybe beyond the confines of the dome. And that's a whole world I ain't familiar with. If you're keen on staying on the case, I could use your help out there. And you shall have it, of course. Inspector Hildibrand is at your service. Now my trench coat in a twist when your pal started dancing in front of my gun. It's only fair I tell you why. It has to do with the man who has his fingers in every illegal pie in Alexandria. The crime king, they call him. It was me who caught his royal rogueness and sent him to rot in a prison cell. But after being transferred elsewhere under the auspice of some rehabilitation program, I haven't heard a peep. See, you've connected the dots. Could be that and elsewhere was Uwalawana. Yeah, me and him got a history, so if he's run free out there, somewhere in a new monster skin, I want to be the one to bring him in. Your unwavering commitment is commendable, Detective Hard-Boiled. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, hereby swear to remain steadfast at your side until we brought this case to its resolution. And there they go again. I don't recall asking that soft-boiled dope to do a damn thing. Anyway, I've got to get back to pulling scraps of that data from that box. Drop by the next time you're in the neighborhood. Maybe I'll have a new lead for us to follow. Email somewhere in Heritage found. Yeah, I knew that miner was up to something. I was hoping to see that hulking Cyclops squish those curious rats. The craven fool surrendered with barely a struggle. But no matter. I have more than enough electrope to proceed with my plans. Given the right direction, you outlaws have proven most useful, especially with the aid of your new monstrous talents. Oh. Slime. Time for the outro. When you make hard-boiled eggs, you want to boil them for the same length of time, every time. 12 minutes exactly. Anything less, they're too soft. Anything more, they're overcooked. We're out of time today, so I prepared earlier. Not you. What are you doing? It's a bomb. Manufacture by egg-shaped medicine is closely guarded trade secret. So don't try to make your own at home. Keep safe and stay tuned for the next episode of the Inconceivably future Hildibrand adventures. Hello, Corby. See you, Inspector. you're still here. Like I said, retrieving the data takes time. Why am I hanging around out here like a bad smell, you ask? I figured you'd miss this handsome mug too much if I stayed cooped up inside. Well, that is that for now. See you next patch on that.
Hello everyone, this is Dragin Hikari. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe to be notified of future videos. If you have any suggestions on what you would like to see from me, feel free to comment below. Also check out the links in the description of the video to find me on various other platforms. Thank you for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.